Hi, everyone. My name is Louis, and I am the analyst here at the Center for Advising Career and Student Success. And welcome to the second live stream in our live stream series. To start off, I want to make some housekeeping announcements. If you're watching this on YouTube, that's great. You'll be able to watch the entire live stream here. If you want to leave comments in the comments box, we will read them as we're broadcasting, and we'll do our best to read every question and answer it, even if it's, oh, hang on. Sorry, I had to mute myself. Even if it's a question that is not related to the web schedule, we'll try to answer everything. In the bottom left-hand corner of your screen on YouTube, you'll see a little yellow box that says be a part of the conversation. If you click that, you can watch the same stream on Google+, and there's a live chat that we have, and we can also answer questions that way too. And just as a reminder, we did a live stream yesterday on how to read and understand the course catalog. And today is going to be all about browsing the online class schedule. And we have two lovely all-star advisors here. And I'm going to let you introduce yourselves. Take it away.
Thank you, Louie. Hi, everyone. My name is Jessica Pinales. I am one of the academic advisors for psychology. And right now I'm currently advising for computer science and communication design also.
And hi, everyone. My name is Christy Lofgren, and I also advise for the psychology major here.
Thank you. So we are going to be talking about the web scheduler today, which is a tool that you can use to help you find classes for that upcoming semester. So this will help you kind of prepare for the fall 2016 semester. You'll be getting some information about what classes to look for exactly, and we're actually having webinars about that this week for freshmen and for transfers. So and you'll also be getting emails specifically from your advisors with more details on that. But this is going to be the tool that you use to see when those classes are being offered and when you can actually take them. So we'll go ahead and get started. I'm going to share my screen with you so you can see exactly what you're going to be doing step by step. If you'd like to follow along, you can kind of open up two screens and do that.
And we also want to say, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to ask. That's what we're here for. So like Louis said, even if right now it doesn't have to do with the schedule, we'll try and answer any questions that you do have.
I already got one coming in on YouTube, but we will circle back to your question, Crystal, towards the end, because it'll lead into some other stuff. Also, a reminder, I see a lot of people are joining right now. You can watch this on YouTube, leave comments there. If there are questions, we'll answer them. Also, if you click on the be a part of the conversation box in the YouTube video, you can join our live chat and you can ask questions there, and I'll try to manage all of that as best I can.
Thank you, Louie. Okay, so as you can see on our screen, I have the csumb.edu webpage up. In the little corner where my browser is, you'll see that I am actually logged in, and you can log into your dashboards after June 1st. You'll be able to access this, so you'll get a little more information about that later on. But this is the general web page that we have. So the easiest way to find the schedule whenever you're on the main website, if you go all the way down to the bottom, you'll see a bunch of helpful links, and we're going to be working with the class schedule today. So it's the easiest way to find it. You can also use the search button if you'd like to do that, or there's a bunch of different ways, but I always feel like the links are the easiest way.
I think it's the quickest way.
Yes.
Down the bottom.
Yes. So this is what the schedule will look like. You'll see here, it's set up for the fall 2016 catalog or schedule. Every semester when a new one comes out, it'll change here. So you'll want to make sure you check that. That'll be the most current up-to-date list of the classes that are being offered for that semester. So we have a lot of different information, and there's a lot of different ways that you can search for classes. But the easiest way, as you'll see, it's broken down by subject. So if you know you want to take a certain class in a certain department, you can always look for it by subject. And on the right-hand side, we also have university requirements. So these are the A through E general education requirements that you will be completing while you're at CSUMB. For those of you that are transfer students, you will hopefully have already completed most of these at your community college. But these are the classes that we offer that meet every single of those requirements. So if you're looking for a specific class.
So Jessica, let's say I'm a first-time freshman, and I know, because my advisor sent me an email, that I have to take first-year seminar my first semester. How would I go about finding that?
Perfect. So if we're looking for first-year seminar, or FYS, you can look for it under your subject, which will be right here, alphabetical. So you can click on that link, and it'll list all of the first year seminar classes that we're offering for that semester. So there's a bunch of different information on the screen also that will give you more information about that class.
How do I know which one to choose?
That's a good question also.
I'm filled with good questions.
So each FYS covers a different general education requirement along with meeting the FYS requirement. So you'll see on the very far right-hand side, there's a GE column, and it'll tell you exactly what GE that class will meet. And that goes for any single class that's on the schedule. If it meets a GE, there's going to be something in that column. It'll give you the name of the class. It'll give you the section number. So sometimes there's multiple sections of a class. As you can see, there's 2 FYS 143s. They're each in a different section. They have a unique number, which is, this is the number you use to find it in your, when you're registering for classes, it's a unique class number. It'll tell you how many units there are for that class, and it also tells you how many seats are taken in that class and how many total are available. It'll give you the date and time also and the location, and if there's an instructor, it'll give you the instructor.
So how do I find out what FYS 143 Philosophy of Nonviolence is all about? How do I know I want to take that class?
Good question. So if you're curious and you want to know more information about that class, it is a live link that you can click. Cool. And you will get all of that information and more. So it'll give you the course description. You'll get a good idea of what the class is about and what you'll be learning in that class. It'll also give you any prerequisites or any requirements that you need to be in that class. So for this one, you have to be a freshman. Mm-hmm. It'll tell you again what university requirements that class will meet. It'll give you the specific unique CRN, which is a class number. And it'll give you the instructor, which this one doesn't have an instructor assigned, but most of them will. It also will give you a link to find the books for that class. So if there's a book that you need, you can always check on that link.
So, okay, but what if I'm a transfer student and I'm coming in from SoCal and I am a psych major? And so what should I be looking at?
Okay, so for every major, it's going to be different. For this particular person or student, we're looking at psychology. So if you go down again on the subject section, you'll see psychology, and it'll list all of the classes that are offered that semester in the psychology department.
Whoa, 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 scroll down. What's that red box mean right there?
So that red box, like it says on the screen, means that the class is full. So that means that all of the seats that are available in that class have been taken. So you cannot register for that class if it is full. So if it is full, you know, we can talk about that later, but there's either another section you can add or you can try to crash on the first day. But usually if it's full, that means it's full. And this web schedule is pretty up to date. It's updated almost every hour. So it's a pretty good idea of if it's full. If it says that there's 3 seats left, that's usually pretty accurate. There might be gone already also, so you have to always check on that. But it's kept up pretty close to the current numbers.
Cool. So why is library highlighted in blue under Psych 100? Explain.
Can I
what
jump
that
in
is.
before you answer that?
Please.
Yeah.
Okay, for anyone that joined later or is just joining, if you're watching this on YouTube, you can click that yellow box in the corner that says be a part of the conversation. You can join our live chat. We'll answer as much as we can, all the questions on the stream about the class schedule or just anything about summer registration. And I do have a couple questions on the YouTube stream if you ladies are interested.
Yeah, absolutely.
We are.
Can you take your screen share off so we could see your lovely faces?
Let me make sure Monty Ray's in the picture. That one, wasn't it?
Okay. Cynthia is one of your students, Chrissy.
Awesome. Both of our students.
Both of our students.
Okay. Well, ooh. Oh, wait. Hang on. Let me take you off the... Okay, she says, I'm a transfer psychology major. I want to take an adamant role in my future to make sure I have a plan for the next couple of years. In a sense, an academic plan, if you will.
Nice.
How do I go about trying to meet with either of you or the psych advisors to do that before orientation or even after? So I think an important part of that question is, when do you make a broad 2-year plan?
So each student, it's actually required for psych majors and for mini majors that you'll meet with your advisor the first semester that you're here. But Jessica and I are available over summer, and we welcome new students if they're local especially. I wouldn't say make the 7-hour trek up here if you're far, but if you're local, you can call our front desk. Are we going to throw numbers up there later, Louie? Or if not, you can find all of our information. We're going to show you where to find how to schedule an appointment with us, but you can call the front desk and you can schedule an appointment over summer. Sometimes it's better to do it after you registered for classes, because that way we really know what you're in and we can kind of map out from there.
Yeah, also after June 1st, it's even, if you really are eager to get your learning plan done, after June 1st is the best, because we'll have your transfer credits in.
Yeah.
We might not have all of them in by that time too, with the classes that you're currently taking, or you're just finishing up at your transfer, your community college. So there's plenty of time to make it over the summer, and we'll be sending you exact classes to take. Every advisor will be sending exact classes to take, so you'll know what to do for fall. So it's not super urgent that you do it over the summer, but if you're free and you want to meet with us after June 1st.
Come on in.
One more question. I guess I'll answer this one. This is from Ryan that says, I missed sign up for the orientation. Is there still a way to sign up to be able to have the early prioritization in registering for classes? No, Ryan, there is not. So if you don't sign up for orientation, then your registration day is Monday, June 27th. However, I don't want you to be, freaking out that there's going to be no classes left. They know how many students are coming, and they do their best to make sure that there's enough classes and seats available for all of them.
And Ryan, I would just add to that, if you're really concerned or you're worried about classes today, definitely check in with your advisor.
Yes.
And we'll show you exactly how to find them. You should be getting emails from us already, so you should hopefully know who that is, but we'll show you at the end of this session kind of where to find us also.
Good question.
Awesome. Okay, there are some more questions, but let's keep going for now, and I'll circle back to you. If you asked a question I haven't answered yet, I'll make sure to get you.
Okay, great. So we're going to share our screen again. So if you're just joining us, we're talking about the web scheduler, which shows all of the different classes when they're offered. Really quickly, if you're ever on the CSUMB EDU website, you can scroll all the way down to the bottom, and there's links that'll take you directly to the class schedule. So it's that one there. So this is what you can see when you're on there. So before we were going to talk about specific psychology classes, or just how to find classes by subject, and just a little more information about what's actually on the schedule. So if you're looking at it, it'll tell you again, and this is standard for all the different classes and the different subjects, the course, the name, the section number, which can be different based on the class, the specific number for that class. Every single class is assigned a specific CRN number, which will tell you, which will lead you to that class when you're registering for it. It'll tell you how many units each class is, and it also tells you the number of seats that are taken, that's that first number, and the number of seats total that are available. It'll tell you the date and time and also the location. It'll tell you the instructor, and it will also tell you if it meets a general education requirement. We were mentioning also, so some of these classes have a hyperlink to where the location is. So this is a really great tool if you're new to campus, if you've never been to CSUMB. It'll take you directly to a map of the campus, and it'll show you where the class actually is. It gives you a lot of other information too about the place that you're going, and you can look on a larger map. It gives you a beautiful picture of our library, and we're actually located in this building.
Show them where we're located. Up on the third. There we are.
Up in there
right
somewhere.
There. Right up there.
Third
Perfect.
floor. Yeah, so it'll give you a lot of information, and again, it takes you to those general catalog or those links so you can find the class schedule again if you get deviated from it. Okay, so another few other things we wanted to mention to you. There's a quick search on here, so if you know exactly the class you want, or if you know exactly what class you want, you can look for it this way. So
Spanish 101.
Yes, you want to take Spanish 101. So you can type it in, click go, and it'll give you all of the classes, the Spanish 101s only, and so showing you everything that's being offered by Spanish. And it'll give you all the dates and times, and as you can see, these are all the different sections. So we have 10 different sections of Spanish 101, and each one has a different section number, each one has a different CRN, and they're all offered at different times and dates.
Excellent. Is there any other specific questions about the schedule, Louis?
Let's check here. No, I think the schedule is one of those things that it's so easy, it's hard.
Yeah.
So one thing I did want to mention, which we didn't talk about, so like I had said before, on the right-hand side, it's the university requirements, and you'll see it's all broken down by the A through E. We do have a lot of classes that do have prerequisites, and so they will be on the course description. So when you're clicking on a class, let's say you want to take Business 304, you'll see under the course description, it'll give you the prerequisites. It also will tell you if the class is offered in class or online, or if it's a hybrid class. The prereqs is the one I really wanted to mention to you because it'll tell you if you're qualified to take that class. So in order to qualify for Business 304, you have to have taken your general education area A, A1, A2, A3, and you have to be a junior or senior standing, which is another thing we should mention. So our classes are broken down into lower division and upper division classes. So anything that's a 300 level or above is considered an upper division class, and you want to take that when you're a junior or a senior. If it's anything below 300, which you won't find on the screen, but if it's anything below, so let's see, we have CST, and we have some 100 level classes, those are classes that are usually tailored for freshmen and sophomores. So it's an important distinction for those of you who are freshmen. You don't want to be taking any classes over 200. And for those of you who are juniors and seniors, you'll mostly be taking the classes that are in those upper level ranges.
So something else we should point out, if you look at, for instance, CST 116, it'll tell you right there that it's an online class. Some of these classes too will also say arranged, and unless it says specifically in the course description, it typically means that it's online. So, but that's why it's always good to click on the class and read the course description, because there are a few classes that might meet maybe the first day of the semester and then the rest is online. But it's really good to go to this section right here and read the course description in case there's any special notes.
Yeah, so this is an example of a class that has the instructor and signed. It tells you what school he's related to. It'll give you his email address, and it also gives you the location of his office and a picture of him. So some of the professors have pictures, some don't, but it'll give you an idea of the professor you will be working with.
Excellent.
I'm going to jump in here and just say if you're joining us just on the stream and you missed some of the early announcements, the YouTube live stream, you can watch the whole thing there. If you click on the yellow box in the bottom left corner that says be a part of the conversation, you can join the live chat. We'll answer questions. You could also comment directly in the comment section of YouTube, and I'll make sure to answer those as well. We're going over the web schedule and how to basically read and understand the classes that are going to be offered for the fall. And we have two advisors here. They're both psychology advisors, but they've been around the block, so they will take any questions that you guys have.
We can try anyways.
Yeah, so I guess a couple of other things we'll mention. One of the new features, which wasn't here before, they've added an upper division GE link, which for those of you who are transfer students and freshmen, when you get into those upper level classes, you'll see this. It'll give you a specific link that has everything that meets the upper division general education requirement. So it'll list every single class that's ever been offered that meets that requirement. So it'll be helpful later on to meet those unit requirements that you have.
It's just good to get comfortable using the schedule, and it's good right now before school starts and before you register to just start getting familiar with our website, because there's a lot of information that you can start looking at now. And the class schedule is a great way to start. So being comfortable, knowing where the classes are, knowing what classes are open and available. Mm-hmm. That way before you register, you've got an idea of what you can take.
Yeah. Another thing I guess we'll mention, and I've been getting some questions about this from my computer science students. There are certain classes that are offered in different departments that have two parts to them. So some of these classes, if you look at this media tools class, it says CST 201, and there's 4 different CST 201 media tools. But you'll see they have different section numbers, and some of them are 1 and 2, and the other one are 51 and 52. Each of them are a 2-unit class. So usually what this means, and it varies for the different classes in the different departments, but a lot of times the classes will have lectures and they'll also have labs. So it'll tell you to sign up for them. When you're actually putting them in your shopping cart, typically the system will prompt you to pick a lab along with it. So if you see a class that has some weird numbering in the section numbers, that usually means there's a lab component, and that you'll have to add that either separately or it'll prompt you to add that when you're putting it in your shopping cart.
Okay, let me jump in here with a question or two from the chat.
Now we'll share.
So Crystal is asking, what exactly is going to be covered if you attend one of the sessions from June 3rd to June 9th? So Crystal, I'm going to assume you're talking about the live streams, because starting on the 3rd, we're doing the same topic over and over again. So I'll answer my part of it, which is it's the same topic, but we're going to have different presenters every day. And we really want to just get as much questions and feedback from you guys as we can. And basically the topic is how to actually put courses in your shopping cart and how to move on to registration, which you won't be able to do at the time of the live stream, but you'll be able to do later in June. I think the topic is called just putting courses in your shopping cart. Anything you guys have to add to that?
Yeah, I mean, like Louis said, we'll be covering the same kind of idea, but everybody has different kind of techniques for how to fill your shopping cart and different kind of ways of going about that. So it's good to tune in just to kind of see the different ways that advisors use a shopping cart, and it'll give you that information that you need to be able to do it yourself. So you're really prepared before you actually go in and put those classes in your shopping cart yourself.
And once you do this once, you really will get used to our system. I know it's going to be different, especially for freshmen, but for transfer students too that are coming from a community college, depending on what system you're on. Some of you, the system might look familiar too, because there are some junior colleges that use the same system. So once you do it once, you're going to get the hang of it. And you know, the advisors are here to help you. We're here all summer long. So.
And there are a lot of tools, including videos that we've done that will show you exactly how to go about putting those classes in your shopping cart. They'll take you step by step. And again, we'll be doing that on all of those days. So if you can't tune into one of them live, again, we'll have them online, so you can always watch them later. But try to make one of them if you can, just so you can kind of see it live and ask questions if you have them.
Excellent.
Let me poke around here. I don't see any others right now.
Okay.
One thing I wanted to kind of preview for the students watching or the students that watch this on replay. Tomorrow we're going to do, I believe, registration for or choosing classes for freshmen. Let me double check that.
Yeah, that is it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So tomorrow, if you're an incoming freshman, this is going to be a really big one for you to watch, because even though we reviewed the catalog and the web schedule, tomorrow we're going to give you some like very specific suggestions for classes to take. And for freshmen, a lot of freshmen take similar classes, so it'll be that'll be an important one to attend. And then the day after that, we have choosing classes just for transfer students. So both of those will be really critical ones, I think.
Yeah, the transfer one will be a little bit different, but again, that's why pay attention to your email. Right now, pay attention to the email that you signed up for at CSUMB, but once June 1st rolls around, everybody will be assigned a CSUMB email account, and we're going to be emailing you guys left and right. We'll have a lot of great information, so you definitely want to be checking your email. Stay on top of these things.
Okay.
So we can show a little bit of our advising web page.
Show them how to get searching,
Oh, okay.
maybe.
Sure, yeah.
You're cheating.
I'm
You cheated,
cheating.
Jessica. Don't cheat. Go to the plain website.
Okay.
I'm going to make her start over.
Okay.
Oh, look at all our graduates.
So it's definitely a good idea to do some favorites and to start some things on your bar when you get your browser kind of set up, but we want to show you the advising website, so you can just type in advising and it'll give you some links that are related to us. But the first one is the Center for Advising Career and Student Success, And this is, you know, kind of one of the sites that has a lot of our information. So it gives you information about when you're going to be registering, the specific dates. We have these awesome checklists that give you kind of a step-by-step list of things you need to do before you register for your classes, and it'll kind of walk you straight through it. There's a printer-friendly version that you can use, or an online version if you feel more comfortable using it on your computer.
What if I don't know who my advisor is, Jessica?
If you don't know who your advisor is, on the top of this page, we have a Meet the Staff link. So you can click there. And am I sharing my screen?
I was going to say, do you think you're sharing your screen right now?
Are we sharing our screen?
No.
So that was just us sitting there and you know, me playing with the otter. Okay.
Yeah, that's why you always got to assume that they can see you.
We have fun in advising. That's all I have to say.
Okay, so anyways, we searched advising in this little box here, and this is where it got us. We're looking at how to meet the staff and to find your advisor. So if you click on that link, who is my advisor? And you will see.
Oh, look, there I am.
There's Christina Lofgren. Christina Lofgren, one of our advisors. It'll give you her office information, her email address, her phone number, her location, and it'll also tell you the different departments that she advises for.
My sports team?
Yes, her sports team. Clearly she likes the 49ers.
Oh!
We have Esmeralda, she's gonna have a picture, Gladys, and it'll give you all of our different information and our locations. And there's Karen, Meg, so all of us are on here. We also have our student success advisors, which you'll hear more about later.
And if for some reason you don't know who your advisor is and you still can't find out who your advisor is, please feel free to call our office. That's what we're here for. Our phone number should be on the main page.
Bottom.
And there you have it.
Contact advising. So this is a number you can use to call us if you have questions. It's a number you can use to schedule appointments later on when you are students, or now if you're interested in scheduling an appointment as an incoming student. We also have an email address which is checked daily, excluding weekends, of course, if you have questions that you need answered and you prefer email. We also have on here a list of all of our upcoming events for our new students, which are you. We have our live streams, one that you're tuned into now. We have a lot of really great ones like Louie mentioned before. We have open labs on campus where you actually can come in and get some help if you have any questions on the technical side of things. This is mostly for if you're in the area and you have the time to stop by and you just kind of want to speak with somebody. We won't be doing personal advising, it is group advising, but we can help you if you have any technical problems or questions. We also have our advising call-in hours. If you want to call in and have a quick question, one of our advisors will answer the phone and we'll try to help you out as best we can. It's broken down by month, so you'll see we have a lot of different events coming up. So you're welcome to check on that. You can add them to your calendar.
I think you summed it up better than I could.
I love it. Louie, do you want us to go back and show them how to get to the schedule one more time, just in case we have any late people joining us?
Yeah, before you do that, let me wrap up with my little preview of what the rest of the summer is going to look like for new students. If you have any last minute questions, throw them in the chat right now. You can ask them in the YouTube comments, or you can throw them in the live chat, which is on Google+. So what does the rest of the summer look like for incoming students? So for the next 2 weeks, we have our live stream events. We have our call-in hours, which you can call and ask our advisors any questions. And then in the first week of June, you're going to be able to put courses in your shopping cart. You're going to get a CSUMB email. And that's when things are really going to start ramping up. In mid-June, you'll start attending your new student orientations, and then you register in late June. And the exact dates for that are, let me look at my cheat sheet. If you are a transfer student and you go to orientation, you can register Tuesday, June 21st. If you're a freshman and you go to orientation, you can register Thursday, June 23rd. And if you do not go to orientation at all, you can register Monday, June 27th. And like I told a student before, even if you get that last registration day, you know, we do everything we can to make sure we have enough classes available for all the students. We know how many students are coming in, so I don't want you to think that there's going to be, an absolute drought. I don't want you to think you're going to get the perfect schedule either, but we'll make sure that you get units for classes. Okay, one last go around to the web scheduler, Chrissy, and then we do have at least one new question that came in.
Okay. We'll share
Are
screen.
we sharing screen? We want to make sure we share it this time.
It is shared. Okay. So for those of you who are just joining, or just as a quick walkthrough, we're on the typical general CSUMB EDU website. If you scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll find a quick link. You can click on that. You can also search it if you prefer to do it that way. So you have the class schedule, and it'll bring you to the most current schedule. So this will change every semester. So make sure you're keeping an eye on that when you're looking at classes. This is for the fall 2016 schedule right now. As you can see, it's broken down into two different kind of ways to search for classes. We have it based on subject. So if you know the subject you want to take a class in, if you're looking for classes for your major and you want to look for psychology, you can scroll down and find psychology. It'll give you a list of everything the psychology department is offering that semester. So you'll see the name of the class, the section number, the specific unique CRN for that class, the units that that class will meet, how many seats are taken in the class, and how many seats total are available. You'll see the day and time that it's offered. If there's an instructor assigned, they'll be there. And also, if the class meets a general education requirement, it'll be in that last column there. You can also look at classes based on their university requirement or general education. So if you need a C1, which is our art requirement, you can click on that link, and it'll give you a list of all of the classes that meet that requirement. As you'll see in that last column, everything has a C1 on there because it meets the C1 requirement. You'll see there's lots of different classes. If one sounds interesting based on the name, you can click on it and get more information about it. It'll give you the course description. It'll let you know if there's any prerequisites or any requirements, and it'll also let you know if there's something like it's reserved for a certain major or something like that. It should tell you on this screen.
What if I want to see what languages you offer at CSUMB?
If you want to see the languages we offer, which is a requirement all of our students need to take, you can click on our C3 World Language and Cultures link, and you'll see we have ASL, and there's lots of different levels. We have Japanese, we have Spanish, and
Up. Uh-oh.
Italian.
There you go.
We missed it the first
Just
time.
can't spell.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, I got rid of Italian.
Me too.
What?
I was like, wait a second.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can see all the classes we offer in that area.
All right, let's wrap up with the last question here.
I'll do that. And share screen. Maybe.
Gerardo is asking, I'm a transfer student majoring in cinematic arts. There's 2 prerequisites that I didn't get to take during community college. I took a look at the class schedule for it, and I don't see one of the classes on the class schedule information. What should I do? You want me to read that again?
No, I'm wondering which prereqs they're talking about, but I would definitely reach out to the advisor for cinematic arts, which is Gladys right now too, but you can also, depending on what classes they are, if it's not something they took at a community college, or I would definitely reach out to Gladys, the cinematic arts advisor, because she's going to be quite the knowledge base right now. So.
Yeah, if you ever have any specific questions for your major, it's always good to check in with your advisor first. Again, if you're not sure who your advisor is, you can always call our main line, and one of our student assistants will direct you to the right person. Email is always a good way to get a hold of us. You can try to give us a call too. As long as we're at our desk and we're not with the student, we'll try to answer your phone calls. But emails are typically the most quick way to get a hold of us. And
hopefully you watched how we saw who the advisors were under Meet the Staff under advising. And that way it'll lead you straight to Gladys's information.
Okay, so I'm going to wrap this up. If you join this later after the stream is over, you should be able to watch it at this exact same link from beginning to end. And tomorrow we'll do a morning live stream, and that'll be concerning Just freshmen, if you're a transfer student, I suppose you get a day off, enjoy your summer. Other than that, any last pearls of wisdom from our two hosts?
Pearls of wisdom. Just again, I reiterate to pay attention to your email, because email is the official form of communication here at CSUMB. So as of now, the only email we have for you is whatever you signed up with. So it could be your Yahoo, your AOL, your Gmail. But as soon as you become a student and you get matriculated, I believe it's June 1st or June 2nd, you will get your very own CSUMB email account, and that's the one we really encourage you to use. So just keep checking your email, because you'll be getting some emails from your advisors.
Yeah, and definitely feel free to reach out if you ever have any questions. Like I said, if you feel more comfortable doing an email, we do have a general advising email address, and we also have our own personal email addresses, so you can always contact your advisor directly or reach out to that advising email address, and we'll get to your questions.
Okay, thanks everyone. We will see you tomorrow morning for the third live stream. Call-in hours are tomorrow afternoon, by the way, so I think they start at 1 to 5. Any questions are fair game.
Nice.